Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Matheen, consultant nutritionist, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about protein. Now everybody is talking about protein. How much of protein should anybody take? How much protein is required for an adult? How much protein is required for muscle building, for the cells to recover? How much protein required for growth? Now the protein requirement for everybody differs depending upon the age group. Young children require protein for growth because they are growing, their cells are growing, and they need to grow in height as compared to their weight. Whereas as you grow older, the requirement of protein will change. If you are a school going child or if you have a school going child, they will require protein for cell recovery because they are bound to get some kind of an injury either when they are playing or when they hurt themselves in sports or something. Then they require protein for recovery in the cell, in the sense that cells require protein to heal. Now for teenagers, protein again is required for the same reason, for growth. But as we become adults, we are more and more conscious about the amount of protein which is required. I hear a lot of people are switching to non-vegetarian foods because they think that protein sources are not enough in the case of vegetarian foods. So just a little bit about proteins. Proteins are made up of amino acids. Now there are essentially 22 amino acids which are required for the cells to function regularly on a day-to-day basis. And out of these 22 amino acids, it's very difficult to get them all in one protein source, especially in a vegetarian food. Whereas in the case of non-vegetarian sources, it's easy to get most of the amino acids. So if you are a vegetarian and if you require protein, what you can do is you can combine protein from two different kinds of foods. You can take one cereal protein and one dairy protein. For example, you could take milk along with some kind of a cereal like rice or oats. Together, you can combine and get the essential amino acids. You may not be able to get the exact 22 essential amino acids. Probably you could get about 15 or 20 or even 21. Now, the richest source of plant protein is soya bean, but not everybody can take soya bean because some people cannot tolerate the digestibility of soya bean. They're not able to digest it properly, and if soya bean is not cooked properly, it can cause indigestion, it can cause bloating. But I would like to tell you a little bit about the protein sources for vegetarians. For example, rice also has protein. About 100 grams of rice probably would give you about 8 grams of protein, or maybe 9 or 10 grams of protein. On the other hand, 100 grams of pulses, lentils, will give you easily 20 grams of protein. 50 gram of soya bean will give you again 20 grams of protein. Paneer also gives you about 15 grams of protein. That's about 100 grams of paneer will give you about 15 grams of protein. A 500 ml carton of milk will give you again only about 10 or 12 grams of protein. So you can combine all these various sources and get enough protein in your diet. It is not essential for you to switch to non-vegetarian sources. If you've never had non-vegetarian foods ever in your life, if you're a pure vegetarian and if somebody tells you to start taking more eggs, chicken to build your protein sources, it is not required. So do the math yourself and calculate for yourself from these sources that I just told you, and probably you can get your protein requirement from these foods itself. Thank you.